Welcome to the Unstoppable Real Estate Agents Podcast. I'm your host and real estate productivity expert, Kim Hughes. Join me as we focus on real strategies and implement real solutions designed for you to achieve major success in your business and life while getting you organized. Hi, everybody. It's Kim Hughes. Today, I want to talk to you about how the market is shifting and how most agents are looking at their business, trying to figure out what they can do during this time to better themselves and their business tools for the new year and then going forward just completely. So some of the conversations that I've been having with my clients is shifting through, going crazy with not having time to market a listing to now we have time and we need to improve our listing procedure. But you also need to look at all the tools in your business. And some of these tools for new agents, they may not even have because they've been in the business where they didn't have to have one. We've been in bidding wars, and before you could get it on the MLS, it was sold, etc. So these are some of the tools that I'm going to recommend that we take advantage of right now while the market is still kind of, leveraging out and we're in the holiday season. So these could be some things that you could be doing to fill in that time, but also to prepare yourself for the new year by already having the tools in place and being the one out the door with everything ready to go. So the first thing I want to kind of talk about is how do you market yourself now? You've really never had to do that. So now we've got to kind of look at that and say, if I need to market myself to compete for a listing or compete to have a buyer, what do I do? So the first thing I'm going to tell you is you've got to have your pre-listing package. And I'm not going to go into great detail on any of these because they're on my website. You can also go back to past podcasts and listen to them. I think the first one I had was on pre-listing packages. So create your pre-listing package. Then I want you to create your listing presentation. And then I want you to create a buyer presentation or a buyer package and have in there everything that you need so that when you get that call from a seller, you're ready to go. Make sure your branding is in there. Make sure you have your content correct, your links, etc. Because what you want to do is when you're creating these presentations and packages is you want those links to be in there so they can just click on the link once you email it to them. But you also want it in a printable format as well as on your, to open it up on your laptop or, your tablet, whatever you may use. So you want it in a PDF, you want to print it, and then you want to be able to open it and show the slide presentation as you're sitting there talking to the clients. So make sure you look at that before you start creating them. How do you accomplish that? And I'm going to recommend PowerPoint. Microsoft PowerPoint is the best one to do it with. Okay, so you've got all your presentation, you've got your pre-listing package, you've got your buyer package ready. Now what we want to do is one thing that you can definitely implement in January is go back to your 2022 clients, buyers and sellers, and send them their settlement statement. This is a very powerful first touch for the first of the year. I have clients that do this and they 9 times out of 10 will get a referral just based on them doing that and how much the client has appreciated them taking the time to resend it to them so they don't have to go look for it. So if you need a settlement statement package, I have one on my website at kimhughes.com. If you can't find it, just email me, kim@kimhughes.com, and I'll get you the information on it. But we have to remember that we are building relationships. So that's the key to this business. It's not just jumping out there and posting, a little motivational thing or, cold calling 25 calls a week and all that stuff. This is where you can take the time right now and build those relationships that you've created over the last year or maybe even the last couple of years that you really haven't taken the time or nor had the time to do. So kind of plan out what you want to do with each contact type that you have in your database. And that would be, of course, your past clients, and create a campaign or a system of what you're going to do to stay in touch with them. Because that's where the meat of your business is. And what we want to hear you say is a majority of my business comes from past clients, referrals, etc. And so keep that in mind when you're sitting there talking, thinking through what you want to do for your past client system. That can be one of the most powerful tools that you have in your arsenal. Okay. The other thing that you can do is just reach out and make a phone call. Just say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, anything you need that I can help you with, especially with these 22 clients. And even go back to 21 or even 20 and start reaching out to those people and talking to them. And, maybe you just do it right after New Year's or the week between Christmas and New Year's. So that's something else that you can do and get very organized. And then look at your database as you're doing this and organize that database. Your CRM system is your lifeline. So you need to have that in perfect condition at all times. So, it's not the most favorite thing to do, but it's the most important thing to do. So keep that in mind when you're looking at your CRM, is you want to create contact types so that when you get a lead, a referral, you get an email from somebody or a direct message, you know what to do with them in your database so that they know exactly what action plan they're going on and what drip campaign they're going to get. And make sure you have a really good CRM. And, we work with a lot of them. So the CRMs that we recommend, of course, it depends on everybody. So just kind of do your own research. But if you need some help, just reach out and we'll be able to talk to you about that. Now, a couple of other things that I was just talking to a client this morning with their end of the year call, and we were talking about, she said that she had her best year yet, and she's been in the business several years. And I asked her, well, what did you do that was different this year from the years prior? And she said, by implementing the tools. And the tools were the presentations, the packages, having a good CRM system that is organized and stays organized. But she also does pop-bys. She does one every quarter. And she said it usually takes her a day, maybe, depending on, what she's planning, who she's planning to pop by with. But she orders her pop-bys, has them delivered to her at her office, and then she and her husband go out and deliver them. So they do so many homes a day. She said it usually takes a couple of days to do it, but it's the best return of investment because she said she always walks away with one or two referrals. So keep that in mind. It might take a little bit of effort to put it in place, but once you have it in place and you have a system for it, then it should work like clockwork, and then you will see the return of investment. The other thing that we talked about was sending an anniversary card. So now would be a good time to start getting ready to send out anniversary cards from 21, 20, or 22, and 22. And then make sure you have those ready to go out and put them in a little file system for each month so that if you do them now, then you just put them in the little file system. And then when it comes that month, when March comes around, you just walk over, pick them up, take them, and put them in the mail. So you're doing a bulk system here. So keep that in mind, that's a really good thing to do. So get all your anniversary cards, your birthday cards ready, and then look at your social media. Okay. So we want to make sure when you look at your social media, look at your profiles, make sure everything is updated. If I go to your profile and I don't know that you're a realtor, how am I going to know to call you to list my home or help me buy a home? So make sure you have your profiles all updated. Make sure that you have a strategy in place to be consistent with your social media. But also, again, you want an engagement. You don't want to just throw stuff out there. You want engagement. So some of the things that you can do, of course, is put your listings, put your solds, put your testimonials, a link to your newsletter. What else can we do? Videos. If you go around your neighborhood or maybe around your communities and take video and then put those on your social media, that would be great. Even with you maybe hanging out with the kids, husband, whatever you do in your spare time, get that videotaped and put it out there. They don't have to be professional. They don't even have to be that long. They could be maybe 2 to 3 minutes, if that, so don't be afraid of it. Just get out there and do it. Okay. And I am my worst enemy because I'm always critiquing myself on video. But, it's one of those things where it's the message that you're delivering. It's not what you look like. And then, take a look at your website, see what you need to do there to update it. It doesn't hurt to look at what other people are doing in the industry on what they're doing with their websites. So, kind of, if I was a realtor and you came to my website and you got some ideas to build your own, then I would take that as a compliment. So don't worry about, what Joe Realtor's doing. Just worry about what you want to do. But you could get an idea like he may have his market stats on his website. Then that's a great idea. I'll do that myself. So, don't steal the idea. Don't steal the copy, but you can definitely look at the idea and then go from there. So these are just some of the things that you can be working on right now that I think would help you fill in the gaps from being so busy to now kind of just sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So kind of put a strategy in place. Start creating your systems, create your goal list, get things ready and start working on them now. So then when 2023 rolls around, you're ready to go. You're not going backward, you're going forward. So I hope this has helped you out a lot. I would love to hear your comments. And if you need any help with anything that we've discussed, please reach out to me, Kim@KimHughes.com. And we can talk about how we can help you get ready for 2023. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you know someone, and I bet you do, who would appreciate this podcast, please share it with them. As a reminder, this podcast can be delivered directly to your favorite device by using the subscribe links you can find in the show notes below or over at unstoppablerealestateagents.com. Remember, it takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan. Have a great day.